welcome you inside the Driscoll Arena in Fall River, Massachusetts for this afternoon's coverage of Somerset Berkeley Raider hockey on YouTube and Somerset Access TV. We got a good one today as the 5-3 Somerset Berkeley Raiders get set to take on the 0-6 Nantucket Whalers, looking for their first win of the season. Thank you for joining us alongside Joey Frank. I'm Keegan Handler on commentary. Julia Colbert is the girl running our camera under the direction of Brian Moniz. Joey, Somerset Berkeley got the win 3-0 last night at Old Rochester. What worked out for them in that game?
Well, it all started with their breakouts. The breakouts were smooth, which led into great offense. Look to Somerset Berkeley to stay with those great breakouts, and it will lead to great offense as well again tonight. Also, Minaj played a great game and posted a shutout, so look for him to stay hot in net.
Nantucket looking for their first win of the season. They have made the Final Four in 2 of their last 3 seasons. How do they get back on track just to get in the win column?
Like we talked about a few games ago, Keegan, it all starts with one goal. One goal will lead to the next, and another goal will lead to another. Focus on the first goal, and if it doesn't go their way, then you focus on the next.
Somerset Berkeley is wearing white today, Nantucket in the darker blue. Starting goaltenders for both sides. CJ Clark gets the nod for Nantucket, the junior. The backup for him is Nick Yates. For Somerset Berkeley, Nate Minosh is the only main option. No Rodriguez, no DeRoche on the bench, so they called up the freshman from the JV side, Lucas Morosco, to back him up. And I got to say, as a freshman, when you get a call up early on in the season from JV to varsity, that could be a huge momentum boost.
100%, Keegan, and already,
and an early goal right there for Somerset Berkeley, 29 seconds in. That's how they wanted to start the game off.
And already it started with a great breakout, right, Keegan? A great breakout led into great offense. Good goal and good finish by Nate Mello there.
Nate Mello, his 6th goal of the season, the 30th of his career. And I don't want to say that you could have seen it coming from a mile away, but when you have the Somerset Berkeley side that's loaded with talent everywhere against a team that had a long trip here, they had to come all the way from Nantucket, take the ferry over. You could probably have seen an early goal coming from them.
100%. Sometimes the legs might have a little lead in them. You know, Nantucket looks to start off a little more hotter, but the only thing they can do now is change their play and keep on going, right?
That falls for Barboza on the side. He gets it out to Gonzalez at the blue line. Went into the mix, trying to find his captain, Adam Bastos. Bodies flying everywhere. Canton Jenkinson trying to get it out for the Whalers. He did. Mello just going to dump it right back in, though. Be Barboza and Soren Edwards on the side. Barboza gets to it first, down low to Bastos. Bastos walking up. His shot hits the top of the roof. It's whistled out of play. Second whistle, let's meet the head coaches on both sides. Somerset Berkeley, Kevin Snyder, 22nd season, the all-time wins leader for Somerset Berkeley. For the Whalers, Jack Moran, his 3rd season in his 2nd stint. Record in the 2nd stint, 33-18-1. He was the Whalers head coach from 2009 to 2016. He oversaw team jumps from the club level to JV to varsity, and he worked for 28 years, retired in 2021 as a state police officer. That's Blankush holding it at the line, walking in, trying to find Preston, will end up behind the net. Felix Soares had a step. We'll get it over to the side to Thomas Schroeder. And Soares, one of many freshmen on this Nantucket side. We were talking before the game how all those years where they made the Elite 8 Final Four, they lost a large group of those players, and there's only one senior this year, Miles Badette.
100%, Keegan. When you have a much older core, it helps, especially in these playoff games. A lot of experience and knowing and been there before does a lot for you.
Face-off just outside of the Nantucket zone. 21 viewers on our live stream. Thank you to everybody tuning in. We're taking over nearly a chance in front as Jenkinson got it to Justin Torres. McKenna trying to break the other way, couldn't enter it in cleanly. Preston Will keeping it at the point, the alternate captain for Somerset Berkeley. That one squirts by Colin Lush. Icing's going to be waved off. It'll be controlled by Liam Blankush. A little bit shorthanded on defense today, Somerset Berkeley. No Connor Van Varenwyk. They're also without their 5th line winger, Michael Landry, as well. That's Brady Fitzpatrick on the side, who has really been stepping it up in the last 2 weeks or so. He'll send it down. It's going to be an icing. Face-off will be over here on our end.
Keegan, today I'd like to see Somerset use a little more center breakout.
And for this game, Somerset Berkeley, it's huge for the power rankings because although Nantucket is lower, Somerset, you got to win this game by at least 3 or more goals or else you're going to drop even if you win.
100%. We've talked about the rankings before, and divisions matter when it comes to the rankings and what division your opponent is, 100%.
Good step in by Brett Axon. Gets it over. That one put on frame, and the puck was loose. Put in the back of the net. The referee blew the whistle early. No goal is the signal. That was Axon who tapped it in after Carter Sylvia took the original shot.
Hate to see those early whistles there. As a player, you're shaking your head wishing, you know?
I mean, from up here, it looked like C.J. Clark had it originally, but no cigar. That was Evan Sylvia, couldn't get it. Sullivan at the line, scores! Mason Sullivan, a good wrist shot, stepping in, doubles the lead.
And again, Somerset back to producing from the point. Yesterday, Old Rochester did not a good job of covering the point, and their wingers were playing very low. And you see it here again today. Mason Sullivan open, takes a good shot, and gets his 4th goal of the season.
He's leading all the defenders in the team with points. That is his 13th point of the season. Carter Sylvia got to step in, but Jenkinson will take over, one of the alternate captains for the Whalers. Could be a chance the other way, a little bit too far for Jenkinson. Sullivan having trouble on the side, and it'll spring free to Carter Sylvia. Carter Sylvia holds it up, will shoot it, it was blocked down. It'll end up behind the net for Ed Holland. Sylvia on the backhand, couldn't connect with anyone. Good shift out here in the last minute and a half or so from Carter Sylvia. He circles around trying to find an option in front. Clark might have gotten a touch. Follow-up effort, it scores at the near post. Carter Sylvia makes it 3-0.
Great work by Carter there, keep it going. Yesterday we talked about him a little bit. Took a few big hits yesterday, but you know what? He got right back up and he drew 2 huge penalties for Somerset in the 3-0 win against Old Rochester.
He's been waiting to get his first goal of the season. He finally gets it on game number 9. 5th career goal for Carter Sylvia. And as we would know doing these games, that would make JJ very proud down there in the seats.
100%, a proud cousin right there.
That's Barboza stepping in, into the middle, gets it away, the shot, save, rebound, scores again. Adam Bastis, the Raiders just pouring it on. It's 4-0.
Wow. And I think we're going to get a very early goalie change. And we're not even 5 minutes in. Looks like Nick Yates is going to come in, Keegan.
Nick Yates, another junior at Nantucket, is the backup quarterback for Nantucket football. He backs up his teammate, the junior, Brock Beamish. Diallo going to chop it to the side. A sophomore with a lot of height on him, 6'3". Nearly found Adam Bastis. Here's the other number 14, and Justin Torres. Leave it behind for Gordon Ramo. Bastis to Mello behind the net. Took a weird bounce off the boards. That's Blankush shooting it. Couldn't find a redirection. Edwards to Torres. Nantucket just having trouble getting it out of their own zone, and they're just going to send it off the netting and out of play. But in games like these, this is where you try to find a team identity. You play a team that's better than you. You traveled a long way to be here. You got to find something.
100%, Keegan. Early on, Nantucket's defense doesn't look the greatest. Their breakouts aren't strong here. Their wingers need to be a lot stronger on their sticks, and they need to use the boards even harder.
Big Gavin Kamara to take the face-off for Somerset Berkeley against Ryan Phillip. Kamara had an assist last night, 2nd point of his young career. Still looking for his first career goal, though. Diallo just going to chop it in. We talked about the absencees for Somerset Berkeley. They only have 1 JV call-up in Lucas Morosco, but this is a big chance for those players that don't get as much playing time to make a statement and why they should be on this final roster.
100%, Keegan. As a person who played JV, you take these games very seriously, especially in a game where you could possibly get more playing time because it's a big separation. You got to take every shift you get, and you got to take it with a great opportunity.
That's Blankush stepping in, and a good snag there by Nick Yates to make his first save of the game. Just over about 5.5 minutes in, 4-0 Somerset Berkeley, making a statement early on. Power rankings going into last night, because Somerset Berkeley had a game last night, so it doesn't account for that 3-0 win. Somerset Berkeley is number 14 in Division 3, have to be in the top 16 to get a home playoff game in round 1. They were number 12 last year after losing 2 games. Nantucket is 44th in Division 4. That's the 5th lowest in the lowest division and the 12th lowest overall rating in the state. That's Rose sending it down. It'll be Soren Edwards to regather. Goes to his alternate captain, Jenkinson. Paxton Fitch will send it up, and Mason Sullivan will control. Sullivan, a good step over the red line and into the zone with Fitzpatrick. That's where he goes. Back to Sullivan, try to get it over to Rose. It's not there. Could be a good chance here for Nantucket. Jenkinson couldn't get in cleanly. Here's the follow-up. It's wide of Minaj as Jasper Soares took the shot. Fitzpatrick over to McKenna. I don't know how he got that one away. McKenna, a good dangle, walking in the shot. Blockered away by Yates. The Whalers will walk it out. Comes the other alternate, Soren Edwards. The good deke into the middle. Saved by Minaj and cleared away by Fitzpatrick. First save of the game for the junior netminder.
Great moves by Edwards there.
Do want to apologize to our audience. It looks like we had a couple dropped frames in there, but someone could let us know in the chat box if everything looks good right now. It'd be greatly appreciated. That's Canton Jenkinson going to Andrew Lavin down low. Lavin about to get double teamed, goes right back out to the point. Soares down low. Lavin tried to get it away, but cutting it off was Evan Sylvia, who recorded a goal last night. Good burst of steam from Chubbs the other way, taking the shot, it scores! Evan Sylvia, his second goal of the season, makes it 5-0.
Yeah, Nantucket's goalies just seem to not be seeing the puck right now.
I'll tell you what though, Nick Yates, that was a tough shot to save. It was on the other side, blocker side, and he's been stepping it up good, replacing CJ Clark in this first period.
Made a good glove save to start it off a few moments ago.
That Schroeder took a stumble right at the line. Lavin going to try to pressure Diallo. Diallo will get it away. That's Carter Sylvia trying to find Evan Sylvia. It works. He's got Axon. Gets it across. Here's Axon. Did he score? Yeah, he did. 6-0.
Wow.
Couldn't tell from up here. And I think we've said in games like this before in prior years where it's always tough to tell if it goes in because there doesn't seem to be a jump, a big celebration.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, 6-0, 7 minutes in, and, you know, you're not going to get excited like you would if you scored the state finals OT goal, you know?
I'll tell you what, you speak of state finals, Nantucket, they've got some good programs over there. Their lacrosse team just won the state championship this past school year, looking to make another run. That one goes wide. It's going to be De Silva to follow it up on the backhand, trying to find Camara. Edwards nearly turned over. Played on the right side.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Somerset just got a lax team a few years ago, right?
They started up last year.
Yes, yeah.
Girls team ended up getting the one win over Seekonk, 6-5. Boys team is still looking for their first ever program win.
They're new, so it'll take some time, but they'll develop.
I tell you what, though, considering maybe 2 or 3 of those guys play club lacrosse, and for the girls' side, that's good. You got the one win. You'll take
100%. 100%. Hey, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would have been horrible at lacrosse if I ever played it. We do the simple ground ball drill at our college for our sports class, and I can't even pick that up.
Yeah, it's definitely a physical and rough sport. It's kind of like combining multiple different sports like football, hockey, and baseball in a way all into one. I've never played, but I've always wanted to.
Be Gavin Camara to take the face-off against Jeremy Jenkinson, who was the starting goalie for lacrosse when they won that state championship last year. That's Torres trying to get it away. He'll follow up his own deflected shot into the mix. Not there for Jenkinson. Torres going to try to spring it for Jenkinson right down low. Coming over to defend Brody Arujo. Arujo doing a good job hitting Jenkinson into the boards.
Good little stick play by Mason Sullivan there.
That one just staying at the blue line. It eventually comes out. It will work for Gavin Camara the other way. He's got Jake DeSilva with him. He'll just send it behind the net. Felix Soares gets the step over to Silva. Torres will get it behind the red line. Turned over. Here's Jenkinson, the good deke. Had an option. We'll get back to it. Knocked off by Gonzalez and DeSilva. The two sophomores making a good play right there. Camara will send it down. Miles Baudet will retrieve it. Talked about he's the only senior, but with a good young core, it's good that these young players are getting the playing time right now, so it's not like they have to step in right away with no experience.
100%. 100%, Keegan. Experience goes a long way. We talked about it before. Especially when it comes to playoff games. Experience and having the discipline to know what those games are like are so big.
Here comes Adam Bastos, will cut in the shot, he scores again. Adam Bastos, his second goal of the game, and it's 7-0.
7 goals on the year now for Bastos, and he's been an offensive force all year. His speed combined with Nate Mello's and Evan Barbosa's, that first line is always humming every game.
He has now just taken the lead, the team lead for points over Evan Barbosa's 18th point of the season. And it shouldn't really be surprising. He had 30 goals and 46 points overall last season. Absolute force.
100%.
That's Mello shooting it. It was blocked down. On the follow-up, Barbosa couldn't find it. 4.5 to go in the first. 7-0 Somerset Berkeley. Oh, that's a good deke the other way for Canton Jenkinson. He's moving in right by the circle in front, blocked by Sullivan. He was trying to get it over to Soares. Barbosa, good burst of steam the other way, will chip it in, but Edwards is there. Tell you what, though, Nantucket has only put one shot on goal. They look good entering the zone. Here's Jenkinson again, knocked off by Mello.
They do. They got players that can make some moves here.
Mello just going to chop it down, and Felix Soares will gather it in the back. Soren Edwards, the junior defender, with Aaron Preston applying that pressure, gets it over to Andrew Lavin. Lush unable to hold it in. It might spring out for a 2-on-1 the other way. That's Jenkinson holding backhand, cut off by Lush. Lavin almost got back to that puck, but Aaron Preston will get it out. There's Fitzpatrick in a little bit of a tie-up. As I wasn't able to catch the game last night, but I was told Brady Fitzpatrick in a fight, he got a major penalty yesterday.
Yeah, he took a bad penalty yesterday for sure. I think he let his anger get the best of him, but it actually ended up working out because Bastos kind of saved him. On their penalty kill, Bastos had a good, hard-working play, skated down the ice, was controlling the puck on the PK, and ended up drawing a penalty. And then Somerset went on the 4-on-4, and their speed just took over.
There was Fitzpatrick as Preston got it over to him. Couldn't get it on frame. It might have been blocked. That's Lavin. Will send it down. It's going to be an icing against Nantucket with 2:58 to go in the first period. I don't know what the exact goal differential is. It might be 5 now. I think they changed it. If we get to a 5-goal differential by the third period, we're going to get into running clock mode.
I was just about to ask, yeah. I assumed that they did a running clock at a certain point. I just wasn't sure on what that number was.
I know basketball, they have a new rule now where if it's a 30-point differential at any point in the fourth, that goes to a running clock. It doesn't matter if it was from 31, they cut it to 18. Nope, running clock still the whole way.
Automatically, even if they cut it down. Oh, okay. Interesting. And the Somerset basketball team has been doing good, right, Keegan? You said before the game, 9-1
yeah,
start
boys
for them.
team 9-1. Girls, they got a new coach, a lot of young players. They lost 7 seniors. They're 4-6. All you got to do is get to 500 to get in that state tournament. But they do got a little bit of an easier schedule coming up against Case, West Bridgewater. Maybe they can get some wins. And we'll preview that next boys basketball game in a second at our next whistle. That one goes to Blankush at the line. Got redirected just wide. I think that was Lush on the deflection in front. Sent down. We're going to have another icing. And the faceoff's going to be in the Nantucket end. Next game at Somerset Berkeley hosts will be boys basketball on Tuesday at 6:30. They'll host West Bridgewater. Tickets can be bought at the door $4 for students, $6 for adults. If boys basketball wins that game, they clinch their spot once again in the state tournament. Sullivan got it on frame. It's saved by Yates. 3 early saves for him. Here comes the captain, Jenkinson. Leaves it, the shot saved by Minaj. Good quick reaction save as Torres put it on frame. Chance ain't done yet though. Goes off to the side, unable to control it, Parker Furtado. Here's Axum. Trying to get the step by Edwards, got it into the mix, and we had another early whistle. Yates got the original save on it.
I think it went in. Yeah.
There's no celebration out there.
I think they're just trying to keep it cordial today. 8-0 early, I mean.
Yeah, it will be a goal because usually the referee goes over to the scorer's table. Yeah. Did you see who get credit for that one? I didn't see it.
Maybe Axon, but it looked like it might have gotten deflected out in front.
Minaj, another good save. Dangerous rebound. 2 saves. 3 saves on that sequence. Tapped off the line.
I think he rang it off the bottom of the post there.
Oh, it scored it in the blue paint, I'll tell you that. That's Torres. Turned over. Camara will get it in. But I will throw out a scenario to you because we're at 8-0 right now. Nantucket switched their goalie. You got the JV call-up as that one hits the netting. It's out of play. Do you go to the JV guy and Lucas Morosco, bring him in to get some action? What do you do?
I mean, I wouldn't mind the call. I mean, 8-0, you're looking at like almost, I don't want to say impossible comeback, but a very, steep hill to climb. So, I mean, I would give him the experience. I mean, you got a lot of game left. Like, I wouldn't mind putting the kid halfway in through the second and give him the experience. I mean, he's young. Experience is good, I wouldn't mind it.
Good rush here from Gabe Gonzalez will step into the zone. Gonzalez in front. Camara couldn't redirect it. Minaj on the season so far, undefeated. He's a 3-0 record, 1 shutout, which came last night, his first ever varsity shutout.
I was just about to say, Keegan, even though Minaj was their only option today, I mean, I would have started him either way. His last 2 games, I thought he's played very well. He had a shutout last night against Old Rochester. And then when they played Apponequet, I thought he played very well too. He let in 4 goals, but I mean, I thought he really kept Apponequet, sound, and Somerset did not the best job of keeping people out of the net, out in front of the net.
15 minutes in, what a surprise! 8-0. Somerset Berkeley after 15 minutes of play. On our tape delay feeds, we'll take a short break, and our second period coverage will come up in a little bit. All right, everyone, we're about ready to start the second period here at Driscoll Arena. 8-0 is the score. Somerset Berkeley over Nantucket. Joey, we talked about it a little bit during the first. Goalie change, first career appearance for Lucas Morosco. What does it mean to get your first career varsity appearance?
Hey, a lot. Make the most of your opportunity, make some good saves, and, play your position well, and who knows, you might get called up for other games, and this is where you can show the coaches how good you really are, right?
So, freshman at Somerset Berkeley, also a part of the cross-country team as well. And I think it was used to the JV level because we saw him come out here. It went the wrong way to do the pre-period warm-ups, but JV, they do 2 26-minute halves, and they stay on the same side each time. So we'll cut him a break. Axon's shot is blocked. Jenkinson trying to get it back for Nantucket, and it's going to fall behind for Soren Edwards. Good snag there by Nick Yates as that one got redirected on frame. But I do got to ask, in a game like this where it's already a runaway 15 minutes in, does that put like even more pressure on you? Like, okay, now I have to focus, make the stops that I need, or else Minaj is coming back in.
Maybe a little, but I mean, as an underclassman, I mean, I feel like that pressure is going to be there no matter what. But I would just realize that this is an opportunity. Make the most of it. What happens is going to happen, and just again play your best and try your best.
That one is tapped up a little bit too far. Somerset Berkeley had a chance right in front. I don't know how they didn't poke that one in by Yates. It was sent right through the crease. Taken off to the side. Adam Bastis crushed into the boards by two Whaler players. Sent around, and Torres unable to get it out. Bastis with the stumble. Follow-up from Ben Freeman will go out. But you can definitely tell, you can definitely hear it in the building. The pace has slowed down.
100%. I mean, it ain't nothing Perry will do that, right?
Good first look. Soren Edwards just put it over Morosco's net. That's Bodette getting it up to Jenkinson. He'll start up on his right. Logan Rose defense. There's the shot. It was saved and it squirted in. First shot Morosco sees, finds the back of the net, and Nantucket is on the board in this one.
And I feel like a lot of playing goalie is mental, Keegan. I personally never played, but I feel like goalies talk about it all the time. You know, to be good in net, you got to have a good mental. So hopefully he bounces back after letting that one in.
Preston is decked down really hard off to the side by Felix Soares. Good hit there.
Yeah, good play by Soares.
A good cutoff there from Bodette.
And Somerset's a team that they want to enter the zone on the rush possession. You got to play physical against them in order to have success.
A little bit too far. Looked like Fitzpatrick got a stick in there. We have a whistle and a stoppage of play. Looks like they're going to say offside.
I thought that was something that old Rochester lacked yesterday. Was a big part of the physical game. It just didn't seem like it was there, especially defending Somerset as they were coming in on the rush.
Oh, we had a comment in there coming from Sam Smith. He just jinxed the 8-0 score. Shout out to Sam Smith. He's going to be joining us next Saturday for our hockey live stream against Greater New Bedford. That game starts at 7 o'clock. YouTube voice of the Boston Bruins. Go check him out. He does good stuff over on his live streams. Played in down low to Jenkinson. Ken Jenkinson will go to the point. Parker Furtado right back down low. A little bit too far for Jasper Soares. Preston tried to make the dangle. Edwards cut it off. Jenkinson starting up the other way. Tried to go to the side and Fitch. Blocked down by Lush. And out of the zone. And McKenna tried to break forward. And Cam McKenna has definitely had that resurgence this year. Highly anticipated player coming into his freshman year. Finally starting to get some more goals on the score sheet.
100%, just another kid on the roster that loves to use their speed to create offense.
McKenna with 4 goals this year, along with an assist to boot. 10 career goals for him. Trying to get the touch on the side against Soares. Lush gets it over to Brady Fitzpatrick. Couldn't make the dangle by Furtado. Walked in by Boyce. Going over to Fetcher, potentially as Schroeder. Good chance here the other way for Fitzy. He shoots it, and it might have gone a touch of Yates. Hits the top of the glass. It's out of play. Good look, though, from Fitzpatrick going up on his left.
Yeah, Keegan, Fitzpatrick has had a great shot all year. All 4 games I've seen, his shot is just amazing.
Next hockey game for Somerset Berkeley is Monday at 3:30 when they take on Plymouth North, a D2 team. JJ Sylvia and Mikey Owls will have the call for that one. I'm guessing Brian Moniz will be on camera for that game. That's a team that Somerset Berkeley defeated 6-3 earlier this year. Minosh got the start in net, and they looked pretty good in that game.
And I would stick with Minosh again. I mean, he played good when he was in today, and I'd stick with him. Again, he didn't face a lot of shots, but stay with the hot hand. Minosh has been playing well. Stick with him.
That one turned over, started up by Jake De Silva, shoots it wide. De Silva is still looking for his first career goal as a sophomore. He got in front, save, rebound, loose on the line, and it's under Yates. He'll cover it up. De Silva had the chance. And the Whalers will win the face-off. Edwards off to the side. De Silva able to free it. He takes over. Goes to Gonzalez, shoots it off. A Whaler for Tato, and it ends up going wide. Chops to Camaro, who turns it over. That's Freeman over the middle. Jenkinson will shoot it wide. And that one not going to be held at the blue line by Soren Edwards. Tried to get it over. Junior, not enough of speed, though. I will say this, with these fourth, fifth line players that are starting to get into the game, they watch this film. If there is any little mistake, Snyder will call them out on it, and they're going to work on that in practice.
Yeah, I fully agree, Keegan. In these games, you got to stick to your game plan and you got to work on your breakouts. Your breakouts need to be precise and smooth. This is where you take time to really practice in-game and get that in-game feel. Because, yeah, you can practice on your breakouts well in practice, but you don't get that necessarily in-game feel like you do right now.
This is Axon stepping up the other way. He shoots a good snag by Yates. Got it with the glove. Tell you what, though, Nick Yates, he's been stepping in, 12 saves on 16 shots. He's been looking good so far.
Hey, yeah, I mean, he's definitely seen the puck.
Got to see it if you're a quarterback at high school, right? You
yeah,
gotta
right?
See it.
Yeah. Got to have good eyes to be a QB.
That's going to be Miles Bodette off to the side. Fitch unable to get it out, and he gets back on the puck. Second effort, Will is stepping in. Canton Jenkinson got a good step into the zone. And Evan Sylvia trying to get it off to the side. Jasper Soares will take over, sends it in front, not there. Here's the follow-up at the line, and it hit the post. That was Bodette who shot it. The only senior and the defender with a good shot. Here's Carter Sylvia the other way, leaves it for Evan Sylvia. Puck still loose near the circle, and it comes out as Rose was unable to hold it. Logan Rose looking to get on the score sheet, only has one career goal, came in his freshman year, and it was an own goal too. He wants a 100% legitimate goal. There's the shot from the line. It was blocked down, and Morosco got another save on that sequence. That one is going to be sent all the way down. I don't know if that's definitely an assistant coach on the side of Gray yelling from the Nantucket bench. Coach Jack Moran is in the blue hat. I was going to say, that guy in gray doesn't look 60 years old over there.
Yeah, no, he looks like a younger guy.
Do want to go back to Menashe, though. We got Gavin Rodriguez as the backup. He's in that room right now. I'll try to be nice. He's a very good guy in there. He's got all the flexibility in the world, okay? You're a great goalie. He knows how to go in the splits. I don't know if we ever saw that from Brandon Silva. But you said keep it with the hot hand and maybe go with Menashe on that game against Plymouth North. He started that game at Plymouth North, and they won it 6-3.
Yeah, personally, if I'm the coach, I would put Menashe in. But obviously, no offense to Gavin, that's just how I feel how it should be. Stick with the hot hand. You know, you got the momentum going. That should have been a trip. But, you know, stick with the hot hand. I mean, it's nothing against Gavin. It's just team's playing well. Stick with it. You know, keep momentum going.
2 saves on that sequence as Barboza and Bastos got it on frame to Yates. Sorry, Gavin, we love you, but we take shots on the mic all the time.
No shots. No shots. You're just being honest. We're commentators.
Rodriguez, another multi-sport athlete at Somerset Berkeley, a part of the lacrosse team there. 8-1 Raiders, 6:40 to go in the second. That's Schroeder playing it up to Lavin. Blankush looks like he has a step. Bastos will send it around. Jeremy Jenkinson cuts it off, trying to work by Bastos and Lush. Jenkinson still in good control, coming in to help his Boyce. Boyce right back down to Jenkinson. Lush doing a good job defensively. He'll get it out to Beaudet. Beaudet shooting it wide off the boards. Tapped out by Mello, a 2-on-1 with Barboza. He shoots and scores. Nate Mello, his second goal of the game, makes it 9-1.
Great little chip there by Mello to get on the rush. I thought he was going to dish it over to Barboza, but he sniped it. I think it was low glove side.
9-1 in the second period. Somerset Berkeley looking to match the highest goal total in 2 years that came in Prenda round 1 against Mount Hope 2 years ago, where they had 12 goals.
Wow.
Jenkinson on the follow-up, going to be wide. They're also looking to break the most combined goals between two sides, if maybe Nantucket can help out with that. That game against Mount Hope, 16 combined goals.
Wow.
Goalies were non-existent that day.
Yeah, that was an overstream for sure that night.
Diello gets hauled down. It's Ben Freeman the other way. He passes it across and it wouldn't connect. The net is off its pegs. We're going to have a whistle and a stoppage. Looks like Aaron Preston was the one that knocked it off. I don't know if he stumbled or someone hit him down. Talked about Somerset Berkeley's next game. Next game for Nantucket is next Saturday. They'll be at home at the Nantucket Ice Community Rink against another SEC team, the Bourne Canalmen. That puck drop is at 2 o'clock. That should be another interesting one because Bourne has been pretty darn good this year, and Somerset versus Bourne on February 5th, that's probably going to decide the conference winner this year.
Yeah, they're the top two teams in the SEC right now, points-wise, so it'll be a good one. And those conference games are always physical, so it sure will be good. And I believe that's going to be Bourne's second time playing Nantucket this season. I think they already beat them once this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, I didn't do all my research. That's all right. We'll check in a second. Miles Beaudet getting in the other way. Fitch trying to walk in. It goes across. Here it comes, and it's wide. Morosco may have gotten a touch as Soares was the one who shot it. 4 saves right now unofficially for Lucas Morosco, his first career varsity appearance. A little bit too far for McKenna. Good step in by Fitzpatrick. It's left at the line, looking for a redirection. It squirts in. We'll see who gets credit for it. It was Gavin Camara who shot it. Fitzpatrick and Preston were both in the mix, but either way, it's 10-1.
That's somebody's first goal.
And that's definitely Gavin Camara because they're bringing over the puck to save. First career goal for Gavin Camara. Congratulations to him.
Couldn't tell if Preston tipped it or not.
Good save there from Yates as taking that shot was De Silva. Rose on the backhand, couldn't find Arujo.
Good little breakout pass there.
The Somerset bench, they're all getting knifed up. That was a good hit down low, and Morosco will cover for a save.
Now, I will say this, Keegan, despite it being 10-1 and their 3-0 win last night, I would like to see Somerset practice good habits in the defensive zone. Their breakouts have been good the last 2 games, but they still let guys float in and out of the slot without getting bodies on. You look to see them break down those bad habits and practice good habits, bodies on bodies in the defensive zone, because when it comes late into the season, you don't want to have those bad habits.
We were talking about Bourne versus Nantucket as that one is offside. De Silva didn't see Camara forward. It's going to be the first matchup.
It is going to be the first matchup.
February 10th is the next one. I got to say, it's good that they got It's good that they got Gavin Kamara's first career goal puck off to the side. There's some players that don't have their first career goal puck.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably hang that up in his room for a long time.
You remember when Noah Taylor scored his first career goal in Prenda, right? That final?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe I was recording it that day with the camera.
Do you know who has that puck?
Who?
Me.
Really?
He says he has it, but after the fourth goal, the puck stayed on the ice.
Yeah.
And then later in that game, it came flying through the netting and up here, and I still have that puck.
Oh. So you might know Taylor's his first goal puck.
But he doesn't think so. If he's watching out there, he can say I'm lying all I want. As that one's going to be lost in the roof. And JJ was telling us that there's a group after hockey season's done, when they close down the rink April or May, there's a group that goes up there and gets all the pucks off of that roof. It's not like they've been staying up there for years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. I'd love to see that process.
Tell you right now, I ain't going up there.
Yeah, I don't even. That must be an interesting way they do it.
I mean, there's a door right over there next to the exit door. I don't know if that's how they get up or what.
Okay.
I know in games like this, whenever the team that's losing, we always try to look for the positives. This could be a chance here, and we'll get to that in 1 second. But what are the positives that you're taking away from Nantucket in this one?
I will say this, they enter the zone with possession on the rush well. It's just more the fact that they don't necessarily get guys to the net and create more from their shots. But I noticed today that if Somerset's not as physical with them, they enter the offensive zone with possession well. And they have guys that can make some moves on the offensive side of the game.
Hey, look at Noah. Noah's calling us out in the chat. He says he has it.
Hey, if he claims it's his puck.
Hey, trust me, I had a lot of famous pucks. We got that one from the Prenda final. I had the puck that Matt Costa cleared that ended the DRS winning streak back in 2022. I gave that one to him.
Interesting.
Had a puck.
Might have to go back on the video replay and see which puck it actually is.
Well, I filmed that game. That was the first game I ever filmed for Somerset Berkeley, so it's fresh on Blue Raider Studios. And anybody watching, make sure to subscribe to Blue Raider Studios. Not just sports events, but student projects, town government board events too. Lots of good stuff there that Tara Peckham posts for that YouTube channel. That one left. Barboza to Mello. Mello on the short angle, out in front, and Barboza couldn't get it cleanly.
Great connection there from Mello, and Barboza just whiffed on it. Here comes Barboza.
That one goes to Barboza. He scores. I tell you what, I don't know how that wasn't offside at the line, but it's 11-1, Barboza's first of the game. Okay, we're getting all the alumni in the chat. John Pacheco's in there as well.
How are we doing, Johnny?
And we're in a 10-goal differential right now, so we are in running clock mode. Maybe that's a new rule they put in. There used to be a difference of 5 going into the third. Maybe it's 10 at any point. Lush will battle on the side with Freeman.
They're always changing some type of MIAA rules, right, Keegan?
Preston the good dangle. They stick to side by Yates. Good hit by McKenna. And we have a player down that is Brady Fitzpatrick down for Somerset Berkeley.
My bad.
And they're just going to wind the clock down. That's going to be the end of the second period. 11-1, Joey, with 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, Keegan, great game so far, but Fitzpatrick looks like he's rough to get off the ice. You don't want to see that. Key second line guy for them. Creates a lot of offense, good in the defensive zone. Definitely hope he's all right.
This is a guy who has 5 points in the last 4 games for him. Had 16 points in 11 games played last year. And part of what we talk about is how durable Brady Fitzpatrick is. He makes plays that you don't see a lot, and if he takes a slap shot, like, he'll stay out there.
Yeah, he plays fast, he plays hard. Hopefully he's all right, and it's nothing too major. It looks like he's getting help off, but let's hope he can rub it off in the locker room.
Well, there's two good news that's going to come out of it. He's got 10 minutes to rest up in that locker room, and it's a 10-goal game. You really don't have to put him out there anymore.
Yeah. If I'm Coach Snyder, I'm definitely telling him to take the rest of the game off, get healthy for Monday, because Monday's going to be an important game.
We'll take another short break on our tape delay feeds. Third period will come up in a little bit. All right, we've got 15 minutes left in this hockey matchup from Driscoll Arena in Fall River. 11-1 is the score. Somerset Berkeley over Nantucket. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube live stream and tape delay feeds. Keegan Hamblett with Joey Frank on commentary. Julia Colbert running our camera. Well, I know during our Saturday live streams, we usually like to do some alumni guests. I mean, you kind of count as one, so we do have a good amount of viewers on here, so everybody's got the chat box. I think we'll do a Q&A segment for this third period because we're going to be in running clock mode, so if anyone wants to ask a question about us, about the team, we'll do our best to answer it, so just use that chat box and type whatever you want. Just be appropriate, all right?
Love that idea, Keegan.
Nantucket will get the first big chance, and that one was fed across, not going to be there for Jasper Soares. Sent all the way down. We are going to have an icing. Tell you what, you're getting love on the chat from Nate McDonald, the next big analyst. I think you've been absolutely killing it the 4 or 5 games you've been here.
Thank you, Keegan. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun to watch SB play hockey, and it's fun to just watch hockey in general. And I enjoy doing it with you, John, Mikey. It's a good time.
Might be better off with JJ. JJ knows everything about hockey. He's way smarter about the sport than I am.
He's got a lot of experience.
If I had the IQ that he has, oh my God, I would be so much better. One time at the line, gonna go on.
Shout out Nate McDonald, though. Thanks for the love.
We're gonna have another icing as that one is sent all the way down. If you subscribe to this YouTube channel, we're going to have some more bonus content coming up after the live stream. Looking to get some post-game interviews. We're probably going to snag Gavin Kamara and Lucas Morosco. First career goal for Kamara and first career appearance for the netminder in Morosco. Good dangle on the side. That one hit the post again. That was Canton Jenkinson who took the shot.
That kid Jenkinson has some mitts on him, I'll tell you that.
Another one-timer on the side. That was him who took it again. It was open in the middle. Jasper Soares couldn't get it over to him. Oh, Logan Rose is decked down on the side by Jeremy Jenkinson. We're going to have a penalty for that one. Yeah, you can see the Somerset players aren't too happy about that. Really no need for it in a 10-goal game. And I know you want to show your coach, like, hey, we're playing physical. We're playing to the buzzer. No need for that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I thought it was a clean hit, in my opinion. I mean, it was definitely aggressive, but I mean, I don't know. I guess.
Unless they said it was a boarding call, that's the only thing I think it would be.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Personally, if I'm the Nantucket coach, I don't mind that penalty.
Power play chance for Somerset Berkeley. I think this is the first power play we've had all night.
Yeah. And it took a little bit yesterday to get somebody in the box for Old Rochester in the Somerset game.
Got a question in from Johnny Pacheco. What are your favorite NHL jerseys of all time? I'll let you answer that one.
Oh, that's a good one. I actually was just talking to Johnny during intermission over text about how I just got the 2007 NHL All-Star Sidney Crosby jersey. Ooh. So that is actually probably one of my favorites. It's an All-Star Game jersey, but that's probably up there for sure. That or the 2008 Penguins Winter Classic jerseys, I'd say. What about you, Keegan?
That's a nice one. I like the St. Louis Blues powder blue ones with the yellow stripes on the side.
Yeah.
Probably the Calgary, too. Yes. I like those ones.
Yeah, Calgary has some classic uniforms. I like the ones that they wore in the 2000s with the black on the bottom.
If we're doing just high school teams, my favorite jersey, no doubt, it's Bourne. Love the purple for them.
The purple's clean. The purple's clean for sure.
That's Aaron Preston taking the shot. That one went off the boards.
You know who has some crazy jerseys is rival Apponequet. Apponequet has some crazy blue jerseys.
Yeah, they get the yellow, not the yellow. That would be weird. That's like Old Colony. You add them in. They do co-op with them. It's a white and red stripes as Kamara tucks that one in. He's got his second goal of the game. It's a power play goal.
But yeah, I could go down a list of jerseys that I love. Shout out to the Hartford Whalers too. I love that uniform combo. Classic Hartford Whalers jersey is just golden to me.
Do want to shout out Apponequet too while you mention it. They get their senior night tonight, 5 o'clock against Vogue. Good group of seniors, and as I always say, they got the best first line in the SEC with Abreu, Vincent, and Freitas, and Cam Sylvia, Greg Francis. They have been stepping up big time for that Apponequet team.
Yeah, they definitely gave Somerset a run for their money 3 games ago, that's for sure.
Just over 10 minutes to go in this one. This is Jake Da Silva trying to find his first goal. Entered the zone and got hauled down by Soares.
And you can feel it getting a lot more physical.
Nice routine save from Orozco as that one was put on frame. Gotta make sure to edit the score on here. Usually when it's a 10-goal differential or more, as we have a whistle and a stoppage of play, they won't put it on the scoreboard anymore. They'll stop adding it up. And I remember the goal tallies a few years ago in that Mount Hope game we were talking about that was 12-4. They put it online as 11-4. Oh. And then I emailed them and I was like, hey, no, it was 12-4, not 11-4. And they're like, oh, the scoreboard shows 11-4. And I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to bother with that because 3-goal differential, that's all you need.
Yeah.
That one blocked by Lush.
I definitely get why they do it, but also you don't want to get the stat record confused, right?
Correct.
When you put it into the systems.
Icing going to be waved off here. Come on, people. Let's type something in the chat. Let's answer more questions. That was a good one from Johnny. Big hockey family for them. Brother Josh graduated with me. Good star hockey player here.
Yeah.
Johnny, though, is on a whole nother level.
Oh, he's unreal. I don't know if you've seen him play ball hockey too, Keegan, but he's my line mate, and oh, wow. Hey, thank God I play with him. That's for sure.
Some shoves coming in on the side. I think Jenkinson and Lush are both going to go off. Let's see what happens. Yep, they're both going to go to the box.
Yeah, and as a ref here, you're definitely, in a 12-1 game, you want to keep it cordial, you know? You don't want it to see it get out of hand, you know?
And it's just going to be matching penalties, so we'll stay 5-on-5. That's Kamara to Carter Sylvia, just going to chop it up. That's a similar spot where we saw Johnny's brother Josh score a goal a few years back. That was against Old Rochester 3 years ago. Just chopped it up right in front of the red line, took a bounce and into the net. Good save by Morosco, dangerous rebound. Goes off to the side, in front, not cleared, backhand goes wide. Out to the point, will be sent down low by Ramo. That's Preston able to get it out. Went off the glove of Bodette, no icing. It's Carter Sylvia's going to get called for a penalty. Coach Snyder's looking up in the air in disbelief on that one.
Yeah, and those are the penalties you don't want to take, especially when you're getting your time as a third liner. You don't want to take those penalties because the coaches, they lose a little trust. You know, they lose a little trust, especially in a game like this. But, I mean, he's being aggressive, but, you know, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see him take that. Carter
Sylvia been stepping in this year, announcing some football and basketball games with his cousin JJ, who's up on the balcony with us. I tell you what, Carter, it's similar to you and Mikey. You guys haven't done this, and then you guys step in. You guys are all killing it.
Thank you, Keegan. I appreciate it. It's very fun to do it.
Now, is this something that you maybe thought about doing? Because I know you like doing the video and hype videos, stuff like that. I don't know if this was ever on your mind doing it.
Yeah, I've definitely talked to John before the season about doing games and about broadcasting and stuff like that. I just love being around sports, whether it's on video, whether I'm behind the camera or I'm, calling the games. I love being around the sports. I grew up playing sports as a kid. Grew up playing baseball, football, hockey all my life. So to be around the game, to be around any of the games is just fun for me.
Now, welcome in Brian Moniz over here because our chat is awful not texting any questions. You got a question you want to ask us? Maybe about this, the team, our interest in hockey? Do you have a question?
Not right now that I can think of, anyway.
I'm just beginning question.
Okay. So how long have you been broadcasting?
So this is my 4th hockey season broadcasting, my 6th season overall doing it. Joey, it's one of your first few seasons doing it.
Yes,
I
this
know
is my
that.
4th game ever, so definitely learning and getting used to it. It's fun, I'll tell you that.
Well, how long have you been a camera guy for?
Probably about about 10 years now or so, roughly.
Let me ask you something, Brian. What made you get into filming and things like that?
I don't know. I just kind of liked being behind the scenes and running cameras and editing, all that stuff.
Well, that's usually what we see with some of the other camera guys. Like, they like to be more behind the action. They don't want to be in front of it. They don't want to be on air, nothing like that. But it's similar to like a theater and you do like the backstage stuff like that. Help with setup. It goes just as much into the production. 5 minutes left in this one, about 10 seconds to go on the power play.
And when that clock's running, it goes by quick. I didn't even realize there was 4 minutes left.
Again, we're in running clock mode. On the short angle, it's Edwards. Gonzalez doing a good job applying the pressure. That's the captain out for a one-timer, and it wouldn't go from Bodette. Carter Sylvia, fresh out of the box, sends it down. It'll be an icing. Johnny's saying, I'll ask another one because no one else is. What do I think the Stanley Cup final will be this year?
Oh, do you want me to go first, Keegan? Or
Yeah, you can go first.
Right now, I will say this, right? I have a little bias. I'm not a big Edmonton Oilers fan. I will say this. I would take Vegas and Florida in a 2023 rematch if I had to choose right now.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, Vegas and Florida in a 2023 rematch.
We'll wait for the sequence to end. That one is fanned on. Sullivan will send it down, and it's going to be another icing with 3:50 to go. I mean, I really haven't been following the NHL much this year, if I'm being honest. Like, I keep track now and then. I know your team, Nedeljkovic, got the empty net goal last night.
That was big. That was big.
You said the only goalie ever to get a goal and an assist in a game.
Yeah, and he's the only goalie ever to score in all 3 North American leagues, professional leagues. He scored in the ESHL once, scored in the AHL twice, and the NHL. Last night was his first goal.
Let's see. I'll check the stand. I definitely do have Florida on mine.
Yeah, I believe Florida's first in the Atlantic right now. Actually,
they are second to Toronto.
Toronto, yeah. I was going to say either them or Toronto. Toronto's good, but I won't believe it until they do it in the playoffs, you know?
I mean, there's definitely teams that you can say are quote-unquote due. Like, I think Dallas has been due for a little bit to make it. They're third in their division right now. And
they have a decent amount of veterans, but they have so much young depth as well. They've had 4 lines for the last 2 years that just play so well. So yeah, they'll be in the mix for sure.
2:45 to go on this one. That's Lavin, and Preston will cut it off.
I just never doubt Edmonton because at the end of the day, they do have the best player in the world on their team. So
that one goes into the zone, and that was close because if it's put into the zone by Somerset, it's not an offside, but they're going to say Nantucket walked it in. We got Noah saying make another highlight video, but you were saying you're in the middle of making another one for basketball.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back into the process. I am actually going to be editing a video today for John that we filmed earlier this week when Somerset played Old Rochester, actually, and they played very well. So it should be a good one. Hopefully that comes out next week.
Brian Moniz, how do you stay focused as a hockey player when your team is down 12-1 in the third? It's just all about slowing down the pace and controlling that pace because, again, if you mess up, they're going to call you out on it.
Yeah, I fully agree, Keegan. Control and possession is so big. And also just stick to the game plan, and really, really practice good habits. I mean, you know, that's going to be the biggest thing. That's the only thing that's going to really get you back on the right track.
Minute and a half to go. De Silva just going to ice the puck again. And you can see Snyder shaking his head. That's something that Somerset has done a lot tonight, icing the puck when really there's no need to do it.
Yeah, and like I said, you want to practice good habits if you're Somerset. Obviously, this game you're not looking to score 21 goals here. Practice good habits, practice your breakout, and practice possession in your defensive zone. But they really just keep icing it. I think that's just what they're doing right now for this last
Yates.
minute.
Yeah, Kevin Hamblett, that's my dad. Shout out to you, Kevin. Who's the Vezina Trophy pick this year?
Oh, Connor Hellebuyck.
Yes.
In my opinion, Connor Hellebuyck. People online, I mean, I've seen a few posts on Instagram and Twitter about him being a Hart candidate, and people are making an argument, and I totally get it. Hellebuck's been just lights out for the last few years, although, in my opinion, he's struggled a little bit in the playoffs when time comes. During the regular season, he's just been lights out.
That one is shot off the netting, out of play, 30 seconds to go. Hellebuck I compare a lot to Drew Brees because he's one of the better ones of our generation, but he doesn't get the recognition because most of his teams barely make the playoffs or don't make it at all.
Yeah, it's small markets, Small market teams will do that. Winnipeg, surprisingly for being a Canadian team, is, they've had some issues with selling out seats, which is kind of surprising because everybody assumes, Canadian team.
Well, 5 seconds to go. This is going to be the largest margin of victory for Somerset Berkeley in over 5 years. The Raiders have won this one 12-1 over Nantucket, and they are now 6-3 on the season. I mean, just an absolute dominant performance today.
Yeah, good win by Somerset. Definitely looks to keep that momentum going against Plymouth North Monday.
And going into that Plymouth North game on Monday afternoon, again, 3:30 here at Driscoll Arena against a D2 team, that's going to have a lot at stake. Besides the icings, because we talked about that a lot, what has to improve for Somerset Berkeley despite winning by 11?
Again, locking up bodies in the defensive zone. I've been talking about it a lot the last 3 games. When they play a team like Dartmouth, when they play these better Division II teams, they're going to have to lock up bodies and stay sound in their defensive zone. Other than that, though, I will say the breakout has looked a lot better. I'd like to see them use the center breakout directly instead of always using the boards most of the time. But although the breakout has looked good the last few games, I do definitely think it has improved.
For Nantucket, I think the bright spot was Nick Yates coming in goal, 15 saves on 23 shots. I mean, save percentage-wise, not that strong, but he made some good snags with his glove.
Yeah, his glove looked good. He was seeing the puck well after coming in. I thought he did well. I thought he did well for, what he was given. 4-0 in the first, not even 5 minutes. So, what he was given, I thought he did well.
And that is going to do it for our live stream. Tape delay will come back in a little bit for some post-game interviews. But if you were watching on the live, we thank you for joining. Julia Colbert on camera. Joey Frank as the analyst. Keegan Hamblett signing off on the live stream. All right, 12-1 is the final. Somerset Berkeley gets the win over Nantucket. They are 6-3 on the season. We're here with 2 freshmen, Gavin Kamara and the hard hat winner, Lucas Morosco. Joey, I'll have you ask Lucas the first question.
Lucas, what was it like getting in your first game?
It was just an honor. I mean, I felt welcomed. Good. It was good defense all around, so nothing to say, really.
Well, you look good, I'll tell you that. You definitely bounced back from the first shot, and you played good after. You played stone wall in there. Keegan?
I got to ask, you've been stepping up near that first line for a while. You finally get on the score sheet. What does it mean?
It means a lot, really. I've been trying to get the first goal for a while, so it felt good to get it today.
Awesome. Let me ask you guys something. Who's a player you each look up to in the pros that you try to idolize your game after? Lucas?
Marc-Andre Fleury.
There you go. That's a good
awesome
answer.
Awesome response. You, Gavin?
Maybe Sidney Crosby.
I like both of those responses as a Penguins fan, I'll tell you that.
Now, Joey and I talk about a lot on the broadcast, like even though it's a 11-goal win, there's always room to improve on. What do you say you guys got to improve on going into Monday's game?
Well, we improved on today, like crisper passes, but today was pretty good. Maybe just we need to start with better effort than early in the games, and that's really it.
A strong start is always key. Lucas, if there's one thing you want to improve on your game personally, what would it be?
Personally, I think I would work on my hand-eye coordination and get some gloves on the pucks.
Yeah, 100%. I like that answer.
Now, you can hold the mic to Lucas, but I do have a question for you. You're on the JV team. I saw you in action the other day against Taunton. There's 3 goalies on this varsity team. You knew Minosh was going to get the start, but when did you find out you were going to get that call up, and what did it mean to know that, hey, this is your chance to probably make a name in this game?
It felt really good, actually. I got to know it in the middle of or at the end of the first period, so.
Awesome.
And then one final question to wrap it up, both of you guys can answer. What's going to be the mindset going into the game against Plymouth North, a tough D2 team?
Play as good as we did last time. We'll win.
Yeah, just work really hard.
Well, Joey, as always, you did good as an analyst today. Thank you to you two for joining us. You can catch that game on Blue Raider Studios and Somerset Access TV. Monday at 3:30, JJ Sylvia, Mikey Alves, Joey Frank. A three-man booth will be on the call for that one. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.